Hi, I would like to share with you a bit of scriptures. 1 Samuel, uh, uh, chapter 1. I've already read this before, but I'm going to read it again, basically for purpose of what I want to talk about. So, starting with verse 1. Now there was a certain man of Ramoth fame, Zophim, of Mount Ephraim, and his name was Elkanah, the son of son of Jeroham, son of Elihu, the son of Tohu, the son of Ziph, an Ephrathite, um, and he had two wives. The name of the one was Hannah, and the name of the other Penninah. And Penninah had children, but Hannah had no children. And this man went up out of the city yearly to worship and to sacrifice unto the Lord of hosts in Shiloh. And the two sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, the priest of the Lord, were there. And when the time was that Elkanah offered, he gave to Penninah his wife and to all her sons and her daughters portions. But unto Hannah he gave a worthy portion, for he loved Hannah. But the Lord had shut up her womb. And her adversary also provoked her sore for to make her fret, because the Lord had shut up her womb. And as he did year by year, when she went up to the house of the Lord, so she provoked her, and therefore she wept and did not eat. Then said Elkanah to her husband to her, Hannah, why weep you, and why eat you not? And why is your heart grieved? Am not I better to you than 10 sons? So Hannah rose up after he had eaten in Shiloh, and after he had drunk. Now Eli the priest sat upon a seat by a post of the temple of the Lord. And she was in the bitterness of soul, and she prayed unto the Lord and wept sore. And she vowed a vow, and she said, O Lord of hosts, if you indeed look upon the affliction of your handmaid, and remember me, and not forget your handmaid, but will give unto your handmaid a man-child, then I will give him unto the Lord all the days of his life, and there shall no razor come upon his head. And it came to pass, as she continued praying before the Lord, that Eli marked her mouth. Now Hannah, she spoke in her heart, only her lips moved, but her voice was not heard. Therefore Eli thought that she had been drunken. And Eli said unto her, How long will you be drunken? Put away your wine from you. And Hannah answered and said, No, my lord, I am a woman with a sorrowful spirit. I have drunk neither wine nor strong drink, but I have poured out my soul before the Lord. Count not your handmaid for a daughter Belial, for out of the abundance of my complaint and grief have I spoken hitherto. Then Eli answered and said, Go in peace, and the God of Israel grant you your petition that you have asked of him. And she said, Let your handmaid find grace in your sight. So the woman went her way and did eat, and her countenance was no more sad. And they rose up in the morning early and worshipped before the Lord, and returned and came to their house to Ramah. And Elkanah knew Hannah his wife, and the Lord remembered her. Wherefore it came to pass, when the time was come about after Hannah had conceived, that she bore a son. And she called his name Samuel, saying, Because I have asked him of the Lord. And the man Elkanah and all his house went up to offer unto the Lord the yearly sacrifice and his vow. But Hannah went up, for she said unto her husband, I will not go up until the child be weaned, and then I will bring him, that he may appear before the Lord, and there abide forever. And Elkanah her husband said unto her, Do what seems you good. Tarry until you have weaned him, only the Lord establish his word. So the woman abode and gave her son suck until she weaned him. And when she had weaned him, she took him up with her with 3 bullocks and 1 ephah of flour and a bottle of wine, and brought him unto the house of the Lord in Shiloh, and the child was young. And they slew a bullock and brought the child to Eli, and she said, O my Lord, as your soul lives, I am the woman that stood by you here, praying unto the Lord. For this child I prayed, and the Lord has given me my petition which I have asked of him. Therefore also I have lent him to the Lord. As long as he lives, he shall be lent to the Lord. And he worshipped the Lord there. Now, in those verses there, we're talking about two women who represent basically two types of Christians. There's Hannah, who is the unfruitful woman, who represents the unfruitful Christian, and there's Penninah, who is the fruitful wife, who represents the fruitful Christian. And it's kind of interesting that I mean, Penninah basically when she saw that Hannah was being treated preferentially above her, basically because because the Lord had closed up Hannah's womb, and she, I mean, she was given a worthy portion by their husband Elkanah, that she basically tormented Hannah, and she just I mean, and this represents some Christians who, well, some so-called Christians who feel like because they're more fruitful than other Christians, that they have the right to put down other Christians for the lack of fruit, and that's basically wrong, and that makes Hannah upset, and of course this drives her to prayer. I mean, she prays before the Lord that the Lord would give her a child, that she would give that child unto the Lord, if and he she would not put a razor to his head, and she prayed from her heart, but only her lips moved, but there was no sound coming from her. So Eli thought that she was drunk, and Eli priest berated her, scolded Hannah, and saying, "Put away your wine from me." And she said, "Oh no, I'm not drunk. I'm just pouring out my soul into the Lord. Please don't count your handmaid for being like a daughter of Belial." 'Cause, I mean, and Eli realized his mistake, and he said, "May the Lord grant you your request." And so when Elkanah and Hannah went home, and they had passionate hugging between them, the Lord remembered her, and basically she conceived, and she gave birth to a son, and she called his name Samuel, because she asked him of the Lord, and she gave Samuel to Eli the priest when the child was young, and after he was weaned. But basically the takeaway from all this is if you feeling oppressed by other Christians because they feel you feel unfruitful, pray to the Lord. I mean, pray Lord that you may bear fruit. I mean, Lord says that every fruit that doesn't bear fruit, He'll take away, and every branch that does bear fruit, He'll prune, so it'll bear more fruit. I mean, Lord is willing to help you bear fruit unto Him, and no, so that you wouldn't be barren and unfruitful in your works for the Lord. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have to share with you in this video. So have a good day. May God bless you.